Some bridges remain in use even when the crossing leaves almost no room for error. One bad step or wheel movement can be very hard to recover from. These are the 10 most dangerous bridges people still use. At number 10, Kakum's Canopy Walkway. 7 narrow suspension spans form a 333-metre route through the rainforest canopy, reaching about 27 metres above the ground. Visitors follow a netted walkway between the trees, then step onto a small platform before the next suspended section begins. That pattern repeats across all 7 spans. Each platform gives people a brief pause before the crossing carries on from tree to tree. The walkway has a long operating record without a reported accident and is maintained as a managed attraction. Trained Ghanaian carpenters and climbers now handle the specialist work that keeps the cables, boards and linked platforms in service. At number 9, Carrick-a-Rede. A 20-metre rope bridge hangs almost 30 metres above the Atlantic between the mainland cliff and a small island. Visitors reach it by following a coastal path with steep steps and uneven ground. The water and rocks stay visible throughout the short crossing. Reaching the island also means using the same exposed span again on the way back. Fishermen first put a bridge here in 1755 to reach salmon fishing grounds. The modern structure is professionally managed, but strong winds can close it and cut off access to the island. At number 8, the Trift Bridge. The Trift Bridge stretches for 170 metres and hangs about 100 metres above a glacial lake. Hikers reach it after roughly an hour and a half of uphill walking from the gondola area. The bridge now forms part of the route toward mountain huts. It became necessary after the Trift Glacier retreated and removed the old path across the ice. The first bridge opened in 2004. It was replaced in 2009 by a more stable and accessible structure spanning the gap left by the glacier. The scale is still dizzying, with the lake far below and the deck hanging across open alpine space. Mountain weather can interrupt the route and make the bridge unavailable. At number 7, the Walkway Bridge. A timber deck less than 2 metres wide crosses more than 270 metres of open canyon in northern Mexico. Visitors now walk across the suspended span toward the remains of the Santa Rita mining area. The bridge was completed in 1898 as an industrial link. Mine traffic once crossed it between the settlement and the working side of the canyon. That use ended as the mining community declined, but the bridge remained. It was restored as a visitor attraction in 1991 and now carries pedestrians instead of mine traffic. At number 6, the Ayer Bein Bridge. The Ayer Bridge runs for 45 metres across the river and hangs 14 metres above the water. Visitors step onto separated wooden slats with the river clearly visible through the gaps. Around 350,000 people cross it in a typical recent year. About 6 tonnes of vine material cover the reinforced structure. Local specialists rebuild the bridge almost entirely by hand while preserving its vine-covered form. Every 3 years, the whole structure is replaced to prevent deterioration, and the new bridge reopens the route. At number 5, Bein Bridge. Bein Bridge runs for roughly 1.2 kilometres across Tongthaman Lake. Pedestrians share one long narrow teak route built from repeated timber sections over the water. During holidays, crowds can pack certain parts of the bridge far more heavily. That became serious in October 2023, when several teak pillars broke near a deteriorated edge and part of the structure failed. Local reporting said 23 people suffered minor injuries. The entire bridge did not collapse, but the damaged area was closed and the crossing was temporarily interrupted. New teak posts, steps and flooring replaced the failed sections so the route could reopen. In fourth place, the Mekong Delta's monkey bridges. Some traditional crossings reduce the bridge deck to narrow bamboo or timber poles above a canal. Rural residents use them as local connections across the water. These bridges are commonly made from materials available nearby, including bamboo, rope and wood. Their design can be extremely simple, leaving only a minimal surface above the canal. Permanent replacements have been introduced in many places, but remote and scattered locations make complete replacement difficult. When the river rises, a temporary bridge may no longer provide even its usual limited passage. At number 3, Qeswachaka. Qeswachaka is a bridge about 28 meters long, woven from Andean grass above the Apurimac River. 4 Quechua communities renew the crossing every year. Thin grass rope is combined into larger structural cables stretched across the gorge and used to support a newly woven deck. The process replaces the bridge instead of repairing only a few damaged sections. That cycle was interrupted during the pandemic. The old bridge collapsed in 2021 and remained unusable until the communities rebuilt it. The knowledge and rituals behind the annual renewal have been listed by UNESCO since 2013. Once the new deck is finished, people cross the woven bridge again. In second place, the Hussaini Bridge. The Hussaini Bridge extends for roughly 635 feet across the Hunza River, with large spaces between its wooden boards. Visitors place each foot on a separate plank while the suspended ropes move beneath their weight. The open deck keeps the river visible through almost every step. Wind can send movement along the ropes as people continue across. A newer bridge now handles the main local connection. The older span remains in use as an adventure attraction because of its exposed design. A fatal fall in 2022 led to the bridge being sealed temporarily. The death was not established as a structural failure, and the bridge later reopened to visitors under controlled precautions, including limited groups and life jackets. At number 1, the Vitim River Bridge. The Vitim River Bridge runs for about 570 metres above the water on a former temporary railway structure. Wooden sleepers form the vehicle deck, with no guardrails along the sides. Local drivers kept putting vehicles onto the narrow surface, even though the crossing did not have authorised road status. The full span had to be completed on a deck barely wider than the vehicles using it. Weather and decay made the timber uneven or slippery, leaving little margin across the long crossing. The bridge also attracted some outside drivers travelling through the region on overland journeys. Ayer court closure later banned vehicle and pedestrian use. But a local request from late 2025 said residents were still crossing regularly because they had no alternative road. Repair work announced in November 2025 may have temporarily stopped or changed access. Continuous use after that intervention has not been confirmed. Some damaged or aging crossings return to service because people still need the route, or because the bridge remains a public attraction. If you want more countdown stories about extreme places people still use, subscribe so you don't miss the next one.